She captured the world championship at 16. Success came early. Her athletic style, triple jumps, acrobatics, it's helped change the face of women's skating. But here in Helsinki, her attempt to defend her title came to a dramatic halt. An ankle injury forced her to withdraw from the World Championships on the first day of competition. Janet Lynn talked with her the next morning.
I haven't cried yet today. Get it out. Last night I was to the point where I couldn't cry anymore. So, I guess there's just a little left.
With pain and with the pressure of the competition, she just wasn't functioning. And I said, that's it. I went to the team leader and I said, I'm withdrawing her from the competition.
What did you feel like at the moment that you decided to withdraw? Frustrated, disappointed?
I'm kind of devastated, actually, because I woke up on Tuesday morning and I never expected anything to happen. You have to hit bottom before you can really appreciate what's on top.
To push her more this week could mean that she could be off the ice for another 3 or 4 months, and it's just not worth it.
On the third figure, I went out and I warmed up and I had to bend on the right foot or else I wouldn't have been able to do the figure, and I couldn't bend. And he said, you know, I don't want you skating with figure. He goes, you can't do it.
The third figure is perhaps the most difficult. It requires true precision. Given Elaine's injury, she would have been out of control. The pain would have been too great. The figure is 2 small circles done on 1 foot with a loop in the center of each.
No adequate treatment for the injury was found. While Elaine became a spectator, the U.S. team physician had a suggestion for the future.
They need a good sports medicine physiotherapist, and I think that's a legitimate criticism, and I think they need such in the future. And I think that certainly is a strong recommendation from my standpoint.
So American hope for a gold medal in the women's competition rests on Rosalind Sumner. As for Elaine, maybe it was a lesson.
I'm going to go back home and work twice as hard as I ever worked because I want to win the Olympics next year.
And knowing Elaine Zayak and the kind of fighter she is, you can bet that she'll be back next year. Well, we're moments away from the free skating performance to decide the men's championship, and a big moment indeed for Scott Hamilton, who is looking for his 3rd consecutive gold medal. It has been a long while, 24 years to be exact, since an American has won 3 consecutive world championships. And as I bring in our expert commentator, John Misha Petkovich, how do things look right now?
Well, for Scott Hamilton, they look very good. After the short program, he's in 1st place. But you must remember that behind him are some very bold and aggressive free skaters. They realize that Scott's in a strong position, and they recognize that in order to unseat him, they're going to have to include in their programs some very difficult technical maneuvers. If they don't succeed in them, Scott Hamilton is virtually assured of claiming his 3rd gold medal.
And we'll return to see whether Scott Hamilton can win his 3rd consecutive gold medal in the free skating performance to decide the men's world championship in just a moment. One of the bright new faces in American men's skating, 19-year-old Brian Boitano of Sunnyvale, California, 9th place, coming into this free skating program.
Brian's a terrific jumper. Watch this opening triple Lutz. Look at how easy it is. It's high, it's broad. He does them like as though they're singles. And watch his triple toe loop immediately. Beautiful beginning. Well, up to this stage, he's certainly putting on a performance that he can be proud of. Coming up, however, is his most difficult jump, a triple axel. And wisely at this stage, he's giving himself a moment's breather before he attempts that jump. Here's the preparation. Moving into it. Magnificent. Absolutely beautiful.
And he knew it.
He certainly did.
Former U.S. junior champion Brian Boitano in 9th place. First time the judges internationally have had a chance to see what he can do. Told us if he would finish 5th and 6th, he'll be more than happy.
Yeah, he is really doing his stuff tonight. This is absolutely a terrific performance for Brian Boitano. He should be very proud of it. The main point about Brian is that he skates with such abandon, such freedom, that it makes it a great pleasure to watch him. And not only that, he seems to be hitting these jumps one right after another.
One to watch, getting his feet wet in these World Championships, Brian Boitano. 9th place, and could very well move up.
Another look at that triple axel, the most difficult of all single maneuvers, takes off of a forward edge. Look at the height and how easy he lands that jump. It's spectacular.
This man's got quite a future, hasn't he? Will be Bond on this fine American skating team. Good wishes here from Peter Carruthers for Scott Hamilton. Minutes away from his big moment. Right now, let's meet him.
You know, it's good to be king.
He's the king, but the king can be dethroned just like anyone else.
Scott Hamilton wants to stay on top. He's shooting for his 3rd world title in a row. He's a perfectionist.
That was a crummy one.
As you know, it was good. Wasn't it? I know, but see, it shows you when you come to that anyway in the program, you're a bit wasted. So you should practice that when you feel that way, instead of always keeping it when you feel you're strongest, because you're not going to do it as you're strongest.
He has been with Coach Don Laws last year in Pennsylvania, this year back in Denver, Colorado. They make an ideal combination.
I hate altitude.
Wait till we get to this birdie.
I hate the brown
Healthy,
cloud.
right?
I wish I did my program. Everybody stopped driving in Denver. I might as well smoke. Such a terrible skater.
Are you too wasted to do anything else?
Of course not. I'm an athlete in training.
I have no doubt that he'll win another gold medal.
he's the best in the world. We don't have to prove that he's the best in the world. He's proven that twice. He just has to sustain that quality. He doesn't have to prove anything anymore.
You know, I've worked hard for this. And I've pushed myself, and I've trained, and I just don't want to blow it.
He almost wants to get rid of it. But he doesn't want to. He wants it, but he's tired of it. So the thing that really motivates him, again, is someone who threatens him. He does rise to the occasion when he's threatened or challenged.
Perhaps his greatest challenge was overcoming a childhood disease.
When I was 5, I stopped growing. The doctors said that I had this malabsorption, malnutrition problem. I had a lung condition. They kept trying to figure out ways of curing it or diagnosing what was the problem. The only thing that really worked was when I started skating, and I got the proper exercise, and the air was moist, and it was good for my lungs, and I just started growing again.
He's become America's premier skater. 13 titles in the last 3 years, but none more important, perhaps, than this year's World Championship. He's personable while training, but transforms himself in competition.
He paces like a lion in a cage for a good 20 minutes to half an hour. Because once you're called and you're out there, there's nothing loose. It's just as though you've tuned, and when you look at him, I think you can understand this, you've tuned a very nice instrument. You've tuned it perfectly. Now it has to perform.
As his coach Donald Law says, right before he skates, he has